Good evening, good evening, good evening, ladies and gents. What is going on here today? Good to see us all. Let me share my screen before we get started here today. Alrighty. What is up, guys? Good to see us. We got a long session here, so be prepared to be here for a lengthy amount of time. Good to see us all here today. Let me go ahead. We got my man Bobby in the house. Bobby, good to see you, brother. Congrats on your movement and success. I'm excited to scale you further. We got Mr. Greg Matthews in the house. Good to see you, sir. Good to see you. We got Tina as well. Very nice. Good to see you, Tina. What's going on? We got Albert. Good to see you. Very nice. Carlos, good to see you. Great movement as well. Love to see it, Carlos. Great movement, great movement. We got Chris in the house. Love to see it. Very cool. We got Chris in the house. Also, we got Dawson. Dawson, welcome, my friend. Welcome. By the way, Dawson, the product that you sent over, absolutely crushing the game. Just know that. Very, very well done. Amazing product research, sir. Jared, good to see you, brother. Jordan, also congratulations on your movement and progress. Love to see it. I'm excited to help you scale with cost caps today. We're going to talk a little bit about cost caps and big caps. Going to break that down for you guys today, which I think you'll be super excited for. What's up, Ian? Good to see you, brother. We got Joseph in the house as well. My man Joseph, good to see you, sir. We got Marina, also Marina. Always seeing you. Good to see you. You're never late for a sesh. I think that is really, really good. Always here early. Good to see you. We got Muhammad as well. Very nice. We got Moko. Rezwan, congratulations on your scale, sir. You're looking very, very good. Let's take your stuff to the next level. And guys, all these new folks I'm congratulating right now, they're literally new builds from scratch who are now crushing it, which is amazing. Congratulations, Rezwan. Rima, good to see you as well. Robin, my brother, good to see you as well. Ron, as well. You're crushing it as well. You're about to break the 10K D mark on that brand. Good stuff, brother. We got Sean in the house as well. Good to see you. So we got Tina and my man Tom. All right, so let me break it down, guys, for what we got going on today. So for anyone who might be newer, welcome to your first, intensive mastermind session with myself. Okay, you've never been a part of a session like this. I'm the only guy crazy enough to go ahead and hop on these sessions and literally sit here for 7 hours straight. Okay, I will literally sit here unlimited. We're gonna do it, damn it. Okay, and guess what? If you're new here, you might not have a ton of questions. Totally cool. Do me the favor, please stay on the sesh and listen to the questions that everyone has, because the questions that you don't have, okay, frankly, are more important than the ones you do have, because it's the forward movement of where you will soon be. A lot of people further ahead of you, especially if you're someone who's newer. Okay, so if you're new, take it all in. Okay, and if you have a question, great, raise your hand. Let's make it happen. But if you do have a question, we're going to be sitting here for an unlimited amount of time. We'll be going back and forth with each and every single one of us for an unlimited amount of time as we need. Please do me the favor. Make sure you're paying attention. Please making sure you're listening. Okay. And I do want to go ahead and start with a few words before we begin. Whew. So first and foremost, ladies and gents, I just want to make everyone aware, and I want to say something that I think is very, very important for whether you're a veteran already doing multiple 100Ks a month with me or you're brand new here. Okay. Realizing something. Over the last like 10 years that I've been in 10 years plus I've been in e-commerce, every single year, right? People would say, oh, e-commerce is getting harder. It's getting harder. It's getting harder. It's getting harder every year, right? Because there's always like negative Nancy's everywhere. I do want to go ahead and mention something to all of us here today. And I can say this with 100% confidence, and put me up with anyone back to back to debate this, because I've been in the game since I was 14, 15, and I've seen every change. I've seen every GDPR movement, every change in the industry. And I can confidently say e-commerce is easier now than it's been in a very, very, very long time. Right? I don't want to say 10 years, right? Because you could throw up a freaking a cat keychain and be doing 50K days in like a day, right? When it was the Wild West, way back. But over the last like 6, 7, 8 years, I would say it's easier now than it's ever been, right? So all the people that think, oh my God, e-commerce is this, it's that, it's hard. In reality, it's easier now than it's almost ever been. Okay. And in reality, it's actually easier now, in my opinion, than it was in the Wild West days, because it was just the Wild West. You could throw anything. Online marketing was fresh and new, right? Now there's AI. It's been done over and over. We have template systems and we know it sells. Okay. It's never been in all these particular softwares, especially ones we utilize for product research and throw them into our product research system. It's never been easier. So if you're new here, okay, whatever bullshit reason you gave yourself in the past as to why you couldn't make it work, or even if you're not new, you're still testing, whatever, right? Whatever bullshit reason that you gave yourself in the past as to why you couldn't do it or whatever, fucking gone now. Excuse my French. E-commerce is easier now than it's ever been in a very, very long time. And things are looking absolutely amazing, right? You're able to get proper brands and stores up quicker than you ever have before, right? With more data than you ever had before, right? That's how we took this new brand to 200. It was like 100K, now it's like 200K a month run rate, right? In about a month, right? How are you able to do that? Because we know where to look and we know what systems to run our products through and we know how to build the funnel out perfectly. We don't have to reinvent the wheel. As we always say, online selling works. We just got to do the damn thing correctly. Okay. So we're going to jump right into it today, guys. We can all see my screen. We're going to go through it fully today. So first and foremost, we got my man Bobby in the house. Bobby, good to see you, sir. Just to give everyone some background, Bobby's an individual who has his own brand, has struck a winner, absolutely crushing it with the store, right? And now he's looking to increase his momentum, his conversion rate, his average order value, and overall revenue as we scale to the next level. So, Bobby, good to see you here today, sir. How are you doing today?
How's it, Justin? Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Um, yeah, I just wanted to go over a few different things. One is cost caps. The other one is conversion rate optimization. And then I also have a couple other questions. Um, and I guess I'll start with those other few questions and then go to
Yeah,
those other ones since they're
we're
bigger
we're
topics.
going through them all. We're going through them all.
Okay. Um, so over the last couple weeks, I've been trying to basically look at my account and see its behavior pattern when I do things, when I add videos, when I take videos, when I turn ads off,
Absolutely,
all that
absolutely.
stuff.
Because as we always know, all the answers are in our very own ad account. Don't try to be a genius. All the answers are in our ad account. Continue, Bob.
Yeah, so over like the last week, I was on a trip and so I didn't have time to like edit videos. So what I was doing was actually kind of updating my still image ads and just I would find like five new images and I would just replace them, same ad copy, all that, and I would update those every pretty much every other day. And
Yeah.
it seemed like it was working pretty well. When I got home, now I had time to edit, so I edited a whole slew of videos to put up. I added these videos, and then um, when I added the videos, all of a sudden it went to you know almost like engagement traffic or something like that because I was getting like no add to carts and a whole lot of traffic like from one day to the next. So before you told me on Slack just let it slow cook. And so I'm doing that right now. But my question is before that, I was basically duplicating when I added something and it was kind of keeping it going. Um,
Yeah, yeah, and
so
yeah. So first of all, great stuff, right? And the momentum we have now is phenomenal, right? You have pushed through to the next level for your brand, right? So
yeah.
doing these additional creative movements are key for you at this point.
Hmm.
Because if we want more scale, we want to scale revenue higher, we want to build the brand deeper, we need to have more creative. Let me walk you through what we're doing internally. So being that you're pretty much freshly adding these creatives in now. Your ad account is not used to that over the last several weeks or months. It's not used to that, right? You've been doing what we've been talking about, and it's been doing very well, consistently scaling over and over. Phenomenal. When you introduce a new movement or a new strategy to the ad account, right? It's a bit of out there differential movement that it hasn't seen before. Right. So
Uh-huh.
what you want to go ahead and do, like I said, slow cook, keep all the particular campaigns running, just like I did over the last day or like yesterday was like an okay day for this particular brand. I slow cooked through and it started the day absolutely destroying again because Facebook
Okay.
optimizes on a 7-day window. When you add the new creatives, it's not going to say, hey, let's go ahead and get Bob the same exact results we've been getting him over the last week, right? It wants to get you better results now, right? So what it's going to go ahead and do is optimize in a 7-day window. So you need to, and this is how Facebook works, even more so after the Andromeda update, right? I remember back in 2016, 2017, right? Every single year before, like all the different particular updates, right? You would see, short-term refinement and movement. Now you got to give it the 7-day window, right? It's huge, right? So when you're adding new creatives, give it the 7-day window. That's why I'm also waiting 7 days before I'm even turning off creatives, right? At all.
Okay.
So give it the seven
Got it.
day window. Also, one of the things that's working extremely well for ourselves right now on the new 200K month brand, okay, it's getting into a repetitive pattern. Okay, your ad account gets into a rhythm, right? It gets into a rhythm. So if one day, you know how I mentioned to you, I'm adding 10 particular new video ad creatives and then a combination of ArcAd AI, imaging
Yeah.
carousel, right? For
Yeah.
15 new creatives in each campaign that I'm running. And if I'm running
Hmm.
two campaigns, that's a total of 30 different creatives, right? I'm
Hmm.
doing that every day. Okay, and I'm getting the ad account into the flow of adding them every day, right? And it's been
Okay.
loving that to the point where I wanted to test this out. I said, Ron, we're not going to add them tonight, right? Because I want to see if there's a change in movement, and there was, right? It still did good, but it underperformed what the normal result, right? So that shows
Mhm.
me, right? Repetition is exactly what your ad account craves. Number one. Okay, number two, especially with the Andromeda update, focus on watching on a 7-day window on any change, right? For example, when you go ahead and add in anything, right, you're going to throw it out of refinement and it's going to have to, optimize again. Give it that 7-day window to do so, right? Uh, so Ron, one of the days we had a poor day. One sec, Bob. We had a poor day on one of our days, right? But I'm like, hey, one day let it run and cook it through for the next 4 to 5 days to see if it recovers, right? Knowing it optimized on a 7-day window and what happened, what occurred. Next day, crushed even more so. Basically, made double what I would usually make, right? On that brand, right? So giving it the 7-day window oftentimes averages out by the 7-day, right? Which is amazing. And knowing that you have your winner, we're already scaling up your brand. You've been very consistent. Doing something different like this to get to further scale, very
Mhm.
normal to throw it out of whack. Give it that 7-day window.
Okay, so my question is, um, the ad set, since I'm just using one ad set, well, I guess I have the scaling ad set, but for all practical purposes, it's like one ad set. If I'm adding 15, like 50 is like the limit, and I can't add anymore. So at by day 3, 4 of that 7-day, I'm gonna be hitting the limit and I won't be able to add any more creatives because I'm at the limit.
Yep.
So if I clean them out, aren't I interrupting the 7-day
Well, no. Here's
structure?
the thing,
Or
because on the 7th day you want to start turning off creatives, right? So one of the things that, and this is perfect. I'm going to go through all these cues.
oh,
Ron, I got these cues. Hold on, Bob. Right.
okay.
This is what you're going to go ahead and do. Every 7 days, on the end of the 7th day, you're turning off creatives, right?
Mm-hmm,
That, like we said, have high spend and no sales. Okay.
mm-hmm,
If it's low spend and sales, we're going to keep it on because there's a great chance that the ad will start getting spend on a random day. But you're going to be turning off creatives. Now, here's the thing. As you're launching new creatives every day, you're going to have creatives every time you launch new creatives, each creative is going to be on a different duration window. So for example, this creative was launched 7 days ago. This creative was launched 6 days ago. This creative was launched 5 days ago because you're getting into a daily repetition, right?
uh-huh.
So every day almost you'll be turning off creatives that have hit around the 6th or 7th day. Okay.
Okay,
And
got it.
that's how you keep it fresh. And here's the thing as well that we all want to realize. Ladies and gentlemen, listen to this. We want to have more creatives running. We want to have max amount of creatives in the ad account. We don't want to be lean. We want to have more. Andromeda update, if there's one way to put it, more creatives. It likes more creatives, right? It likes more. To the point where, like I mentioned previously, I lowered my amount of creative upload and I halted as well on a particular day. On both instances, right, it underperformed compared to my 15 strategy, right? So more creatives you're going to be doing on a rolling basis based off the creative, Bob,
Mhm.
right? And then what happens there is you're doing it every particular day and it creative hits day 7. It's not every 7 days you're turning off creative. It's when a
Mhm.
creative hits day 7. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah, I got it.
And
Got
then
it.
while we're on that topic, I want to go ahead and answer Jordan's question here. So, can you talk about the process of adding new creatives every day? What does Facebook consider a different video? New hook, new text on screen, different music, etc., or needs to be a whole new video? Amazing question. Everyone listen to this. Everyone take notes because this is stuff that no one's going to talk about unless people are doing big numbers. No one's going to know this stuff. Okay, and no one's talking about how you can actually have creative diversity. Andromeda loves creative diversity. Okay, but let's break it down. Let's break it down into video ad and image ad. And for my new folks, okay, like Greg, etc., take this in. Ian, etc., take this in. Okay, this is the stuff that's advanced that you need to jump yourself in the fire with right away to hear. It's going to kind of be a little bit advanced at first, but you got to take it in some way. Okay, and this is how we're going to do it. Okay, so first and foremost, let's break it down. What makes a new creative? What makes a new ad? A new creative and new ad is based off of a few different changes, okay? But we're going to break it down into video and image ad. Number one thing is realizing that when we have image ads and when we have video ads in the same campaign, Facebook is primarily going to give the spend to the video ads. Okay. Therefore, if you're someone who's starting to push out image ads on a consistent basis, you want to create a secondary campaign alongside of your original, right? That you're pushing the video ads in for the image creatives. Because when you have your image creatives separate, okay, it will get more spend because inherently Facebook's just going to give more spend to video ads comparative to images. So try not to put too many images in the same campaign as video ads. You can, but don't make a habit out of it. Okay. Number one. Number two, what makes a different ad video? Okay. It's Facebook AI not recognizing it as the same video. And what does that mean? It could be the same person in the same set with the same voice, right? But they're just doing it over again. Okay. If the same person just does another version of that ad, and they even say the same script, it's going to be a little bit different because her tone's different, her volume's different, the video is going to be different. That's still going to recognize to Facebook as a new video, right? Because there's no metadata there, number one, and it hasn't seen that exact video. So that's number one way, right, to go ahead and do it is just recreate the same thing over again. Okay. Number two is a reiteration. Okay. Look at the lady, look at the individual who's crushing on the ad. What type of person is it? Okay. Find someone similar. Okay. Find someone similar. Why? Because when you see what works and what Facebook actually likes and prioritizes, it puts spend toward what's going to happen, Jordan, okay, is you're going to start to notice that's performing better and you want to get more reiterations of it. And here's the thing, for that reiteration to perform just as well as the original, right, you just need Facebook to see it as a new video ad, right? So just changing like for example, the first the 30 seconds of the video is not going to change it completely to Facebook. You want to completely change it to Facebook with the Andromeda update. Okay, getting a person who looks the same as the first person, similar script but different, right? And basically doing the same thing but in a completely new manner. Maybe similar hook but different hook, similar script but different script, similar person but different person. Right? That is what will qualify as a new video. Anything that Facebook's AI is not going to recognize as being a new video.
Oh.
So just throwing a new actual music on it is not going to change how the video flows, right? Facebook will recognize it, right? And what's going to occur at that point is you're going to get similar results. And here's the thing, one ad video can only get so much spend. You can spend up to it's different for each ad, but a few $100,000, right, per ad or lesser if you're lower spend, right, before it starts to kick out. And that's why it's important that we always are adding new creatives, because we always want to be finding new hot creatives within our product and in our market, right, so we can continue to scale those creatives. So to answer your question, Jordan, right, it needs to be a whole new video, right? And there's two different ways you can do a whole new video. And for my guys who are newer, right, keep listening. This is the stuff that no one talks about and what will break you free. Two different versions. You have a whole new concept, and then a reiteration. New concept is basically going on a bunch of forums, right, and reading what people are saying about your product or similar products, what they don't like, right, and then creating a different hook or angle based off of that concept that hasn't been actually marketed yet, right? And the other side is a reiteration. Right? A reiteration is simply taking exactly what's already performed and recreating it over and over again. And that's what I love to do. So let me talk about what we're doing to scale even further internally. Okay. So number one, I'm bringing on a conversion rate optimization specialist, someone to just geek out, just to go through my funnel and stare at it, look at every single solitary thing, right? Every single solitary day for like a month to go ahead and refine each piece, split test certain pieces of copy for me so I can be hands off and focus on scale it. I'm also bringing in, an individual for not only conversion rate, but he's also going to help out with average order value, right, for us as well. And then also a UGC individual internal, because I want someone who is just going to go crazy, okay, go crazy with recreating my UGC content over and over again. All the content that I'm getting, I want reiterations made. What I'm also doing is I'm taking all my winning ads, and I'm sending it out to 20 to 30 different influencers. And I'm just going to have them, I don't give a shit if they post it or not. I don't care about the organic sales, right? Anyone who's doing real numbers is doing paid, right? Organic's good, but it's not what this is for. And they're going to send me back 20 to 30 videos each, one video each, 20, 30 videos. So I'm going to have a new UGC editor, 20, 30 particular videos from influencers, plus CR and AOV optimization occurring all before I go for the next big scale. Right, I'm doing that now so I can increase my take home, increase my margin with where I'm at now, right, and then scale further with all the extra funds, right? So that's how that works there, Jordan. And then Reg, so if we were to update our creatives daily, how would we look at in a 7-day window? No, just like Ron, that's exactly what Ron said. Down, that's exactly correct, Ron. Okay, so if there's a low, so if there is a low spend and got a sale and have been running for more than 7 days and not get any more sales, do we switch up? So if it's low spend and it got a sale and the ROAS is above break even, you will keep it on, Redzwan. Low spend but sale, okay, is an ad you'll keep on. High spend, no sale, ad you keep off. Okay, Tyler Jorgensen, what's up? What's up, Ty? Quick question. Might be off topic, no rush. I'm a beginner on this space of e-com. I'm at the part of building my funnel pages. I want to ask if it's necessary to keep the product pages in the site as the funnel pages, or can I use a funnel? No. Definitely do it in Shopify. Tyler, the number one thing you want to do after you start scaling on Shopify, then you could switch over to like gem pages or something like that. But even on this sprint, that's almost doing 10K a day in about a month, right? I'm still on Shopify built out proper because it's conversion optimized my site. I'm getting it further conversion optimized. So no, Ty, you're definitely going to be 100% using Shopify, right? The only thing you might do down the road is as you scale further, right? You could then download gem pages on Shopify and create it to be more of like a one product landing page style on Shopify plugin with gem pages. But no, I would not move over to ClickFunnels, anything else like that. That's more of all for info product, right? So think of like info product, right? Info product. ClickFunnels is to info product what Shopify is to physical product, right? So no, you're going to be on Shopify. Perfect. Emmanuel, you got it. Ron, if you can, send over the new product research training that we're adding to Uni over to Emmanuel privately, if you could, Ron, and we'll get that over to him early. Got you, Emmanuel. Okay, Bob, back to you, brother.
Okay. So you just said a whole bunch of stuff, and I have more questions.
Hit me with anything that comes up from anything I go through. I will sit here for
Okay.
9 hours. So ask me anything.
Okay, got it. So you were saying to separate out static and videos into two separate campaigns. So will I have right now I just have one evergreen campaign and one promo campaign. And in the evergreen I have videos plus statics. So are you saying I should just have two in the evergreen I should have two campaigns, one's that's all static and one's video, correct? Or no?
Yeah. And
And
here
then Mhm.
and here's the thing as well. So one of the things that's working really, really well, and Ron, you're good to go ahead and we have a whole slew of content, guys, that we just shot in the routing to Uni. I don't mind tossing it over a little bit early. Ron, if you could toss it over to everyone who asked, that would be amazing. I know we wanted to do it organized, but just toss it out. We'd love to get everyone acclimated a little bit earlier and then add it to Uni. Thank you, Ron. Okay. So, Bob, yes, but one of the things I like to do as well is sometimes I'll have more than just the two particular campaigns. Obviously, when we're starting off, Algo, MBB, the whole farm system, and then your CBOs end up taking over the farm system in terms of spend. Okay.
Right.
What I want you to also realize, one of the things that we're doing that's very, very well right now is we are separating by country. Okay. We're separating by country. So to answer your question, right, is it just those two campaigns? Sometimes it's not going to be, right? Because you have your whole foundational setup going. Plus,
Right.
if you're doing individual countries, you're going to have more, right? So let me break it down for you. So it will be all these particular campaigns, right? And when you start to scale core four, I do want you breaking it out to USA, Canada, Australia, UK, right?
Yeah.
Individually as well. Because then what you're able to do, and what I'm doing there, Bob, is I'm not particularly running big budgets there. I'm just starting off like small $50 budget. I'm eventually going to get it high up. Like for example, when I first started one of my $50 campaigns here, it's at $3,000 now, but it's cost cap, so it doesn't spend the whole thing, right? But it spends a good amount of it, right? So that's what I want you to keep in mind. It's not just two, it's depending on where you are in the process.
Okay. So where I'm at, I can only sell in the US at this point due to like the supply chain and where I'm getting the product from and all that. Um, so as far as the budget is concerned, right now I've left it at I think it's at like 150 bucks. Um, and that's pretty consistent. And I was gonna wait until I got my email kind of more up to snuff before and getting extra sales from the emails before I started scaling even higher. But if I'm gonna split this out into video and statics, should I just have one static that's at 150 and another video that's at 150?
Yeah, you can absolutely. What I would do though is I would start off like since you haven't ran the images, like I'm saying right now, I would start it off at 50 bucks, not at 150, and then I would scale it up by 20% gradually every day that it manages profitability. Right.
Okay.
So if it stays profitable, up it by 20%. So 50 is only going to be jumped up 10 bucks, right? And you're going to be
Uh,
doing it consistently, right? In that fashion, right?
okay.
20%'s been crushing it for me consistently, right?
Uh-huh.
Every now and then I'm doing the 30% as well, but stay focused on 20% bumps. Start with 50, not
All
150.
right.
Even though but here's the thing. Even though Bob is doing well, guys, we know he's a winner, he's scaling his brand, whatever. I'm still having him start at 50 regardless. So if you're someone who's scaling, you're doing really well, right? You're making good money. There's no reason to go ahead and just be more aggressive when you're starting a new campaign. Start at low still. The campaigns like to calibrate themselves and then be thrown up in terms of spend, right? So continue to operate in that manner, Bob.
Okay. So, what was I gonna say? All right, so I'll do that. I'll split them out, the statics and the videos and the evergreen. Now I have another campaign which is pretty much identical setup, but it's to the New Year kickoff sale. So I've been adding the same videos to both. The ad copies are different for each of them, but as I come out with a new video creative, it could work for both of those campaigns. So I throw whatever new stuff I add into the evergreen prospecting, I add into the promo prospecting campaign. Um,
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and
okay.
yes, and yes, and also make sure you have all the primary text fields taken, all the headline fields taken. Guys,
Yeah.
as we know, Facebook, yes. So all Facebook has the option primary text, headline to
Right,
give you
right.
five different options, right?
Yeah.
Also, one thing I want to mention, use all of them. Use all of them, fill out all
Mhm.
five. Also, one thing I've been seeing great performance with here, everyone write this down because you're never going to logically think of this because it's not logical, because it doesn't make actual sense. The only reason you know this is if you're actually in the trench, right? Turn on all the AI recommendations except site links. Turn off site links. Okay. Why? Facebook is prioritizing folks who are utilizing those features, right? Now, here's the thing. Who here in the ad account has seen, give me a one down below if you've seen this, where they'll give you where they're going to give you their own AI recommendations of their own written copy and their own written headlines, right? Where the
Yeah.
AI is writing it. And sometimes there's like typos in there from the AI. Give me a one
Yep.
down below if we've seen that in the ad account, guys, where it's saying, hey, do you want to turn on the AI recommendations? And then sometimes there's typos in there, right? Okay. Now, here, very good. Here is what I want us all to realize about this. So I wasn't turning on AI recommendations. I wasn't because I don't want to have any of that bullshit turned on. Right? Now here's the thing. Site links, if you guys have noticed, site links would sometimes turn on by itself, right? And I would sometimes I wouldn't catch it, and I would see my ad. I'm like, my ad's all effed up, right? Because there's it auto turned on, right? The only thing you want to have turned off is site links. Make sure site links is turned off every single time. Okay,
Mhm.
okay. And me and my friends had a whole meeting on this, and we all came to the same conclusion. Okay, turn off site links. It's the only thing that should be turned off. All the AI recommendations will be turned on, okay? But you're not just going to turn on the shitty AI recommendations with the typos in it, okay? You're going to clean it up, right? So you're going to have it turned on, but you're going to clean it up. You know how half the time as well the spacing is all messed up and it's not even the right formatting? Like, damn, the AI sucks here. For, but it likes when you use these new features and it gets you better KPIs and costs, right? And that's what we've been seeing, right? You just have to make sure you're not you having site links turned off. Yes, and catalog turned off. Thank you, Ron. Yes, site links and catalog turned off. Both of those.
Okay.
So Cynthia, I wouldn't do it on ads you've already launched. I've started doing this recently. Recently. So do it on new ads that you launch moving forward. Don't go back to previous ones and turn it on. Do it on new ones that you it doesn't have a drastic major impact, but so to speak, helps your KPIs and gives you better auction placement. Right. So no need to change previous campaigns. Anybody? Only on more moving forward campaigns. Okay. Catalog turned off, site links turned off, everything else turned on. Okay. But you're going to make sure that you refine and optimize the actual primary text and the headlines because there will be very shitty AI poor formatting and typos in there. My pleasure, Cynthia. Does that make sense, Bob?
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Next question, comment, need some insight. So right now this is about my ARC ads. So I have about three different videos that are consistently driving pretty much most of the sales.
Okay.
Um, it basically consists of somebody demonstrating the product. Um, I threw the video from last year back in and it started getting a lot of purchases too. It was the guy that was just planting the carrots. So I got
I remember that as the Vegas guy.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So I got the guy planting carrots, this girl planting celery, and another and that same girl planting what was she planning? She was planting carrots too. So those three are like they're like demonstration videos. You just today we're gonna plant carrots and this goes through it. Um what I'm doing with my arc ads is I'm having a character that's in the avatar of my avatar saying different things, like vastly different things that hit the what would be what I'm considering would be the like the retargeting. So and I'm mixing and matching I have like a man, an older man since it's over 65 and an older woman, and they're kind of introducing it and saying like, hey, you know, make gardening easier in 2026, watch this. And then sometimes it talks about the garden and like how like spacing is good for the garden. Watch this. Watch how easy it is with celery. Like, so I'm trying to hit all these different like pockets with for the retargeting
Yeah.
with the
And
intros.
I absolutely love that. And another thing, Bob, as well. So there was like a study that was done by this other entrepreneur that I was looking at on X, right? It was a really cool study, right?
Hmm.
To where when he was putting in specific remark, and everyone listen to this, when there is specific remarketing context and verbiage and words put into a remarketing ad, like an image ad or something like that, you're going to see that it acts as a remarketing ad even in your cold traffic campaign as well. So
Hmm.
you could do a breakdown based off new customers and existing customers, and you
Hmm.
can see that those ads that are meant for remarketing with that type of verbiage are getting more spend toward existing customers, right? And,
Right.
and people who have engaged, which is really good. So that's exactly correct, right? You want to have remarketing style content and verbiage and hooks that work for remarketing in
Hmm.
your campaigns because Facebook now in 2026 is smart enough to now send your remarketing ad in your cold traffic campaign to someone who's already in your funnel, right? And not waste it on a cold traffic individual, right? So keep that in mind. So
Right.
structuring your funnel in our creatives guides for top of funnel, middle of funnel, and bottom of funnel for different types of people
Hmm.
throughout different parts of the buying process is huge because Facebook will easily disperse it to the correct person.
Right. Okay. So yeah, that's basically was my strategy. Also, another thing I came up with was I would look through Amazon reviews and then I'd look to see which ones had the most like, you know, X number of people found this helpful. You know what I mean? And I would pick those reviews that most people felt were helpful and I made that into a script for the AI character. And so they're actually just speaking the review. And it's like they're doing their own testimonial. Now I have a person behind the testimonial, but also I can cut those things up and each, you know, almost like every other line is like a like an amazing hook actually when I look at it in the video.
No, 100%. And what I want you to also do, Bob, write all those. This is, by the way, this is the breakthrough. Again, this is the next breakthrough that you're making now with all the messaging. When you
Hmm.
lock in messaging and dial in messaging like you're doing right now,
Hmm.
exactly what is occurring to you will continue to happen. What I want you to go ahead and do, write down every single hook and angle that's hitting, every single one of them.
Hmm.
Write them all down.
Yeah.
Write down, right? Write down everything as well that's specifically focused on what avatar it is, right?
Yeah.
What you want to do. Now, I think it'd be a good idea for you to find and create image ads and arc ads based off all the hooks and all the individual people that are actually already working and converting well in your ads, and then just go to town with creating AI arc ads, re-renditions of your already existing winners. Then what you're
Right,
going to
right.
do is with the new ones that you have, you're going to take the new ones, like, oh, look what the AI did. It's performing very well compared to our original winner. And then you're
Mm-hmm.
going to send that, right, to an editor, a UGC editor, and say, hey, what's up, brother? See this arc ad that I made with AI? Go ahead and
Mm-hmm.
recreate the same exact thing with all the original clips, but make it completely different. Now you have your
Right,
original
right.
winner, your arc ad winner, and the reiterated winner.
Right, right,
You
right.
now have 3 winning creatives from 1 winning ad. Now you take that as well, you send it to 20 to 30 different influencers. They're going to all make their own version. Now you just got sent back 30 different versions of your winner, plus the original 3. Now you have 33 renditions of your 1 winning ad. Okay, ladies and
Yeah.
gentlemen, give me a 1 down below if that makes sense, guys. Give me a 1 down below if you can see the game has changed. The game is a content game, right? Give me a 1 down below if you see how important creatives are. Okay, you cannot be in e-commerce without being able to be great at creatives. And here's the thing as well. We don't need to be good at editing. This is one of the things I've been answering a lot the last week. Do I have to be good at editing? Do I have to edit a million things a day? Do I have to go ahead and spend $1 million on creative? Fuck no. Excuse my French, but F no. Want to know why? Because PP ads and Calo data are literally, guys, okay? This is the closest to you going in the ocean, like opening a clam and seeing like a pearl, right? These literal softwares are golden. Calidata and PP ads are disgusting good. And you run it through the BSF product research system, you can't miss, right? Like I'm telling you right now, when you use PP and Calidata, all the products that we're shortlisting are from PP and Calidata, and then we're pushing it through our BSF product research system, right? When you understand that flow, you can do very, very, very well, right? And the difference is on PP ads and Calidata, here's the kicker, guys. You can already download the winning ad creative already, right? Are you ripping the content? Yeah, you are ripping the content at first, okay? But guess what? You don't have to do that. But if you want to get up and running for a little next to nothing, that's what it allows you to do, right? And newsflash, 99% of people you see doing serious numbers have got their product off the floor, right? With just utilizing PP and Calo, right? You can also create your own, whatever you want to do, right? I recommend, whatever. But I'm telling you, don't think you have to make 1.5 billion creatives just to go, like we're talking creatives. It might overwhelm some of us. Oh my God, it's a lot of editing. No, it's no editing. Okay, it's no editing at first. Okay, I just want to make sure that makes sense to everybody, because when you understand that, you might be in your head like, well, Justin, it's not my content. Yes, right? And that is the reality of e-commerce in 2026, right? And these people, there's so much content on TikTok, right? These people are spewing it out there, right? What's happening this moment you see momentum and consistency, right? Get your own footage, your own everything, right? And then you scale because Facebook and Instagram's never seen it before, right? It's absolutely crushing. Not really, because if you think about it, they're putting it out there in the ethos on purpose, right? It's public. They're putting it out there. Like the whole point of them, they got paid, and now they're putting it out there. So no, really not at all, Robin. Okay, now here's the thing. I want you guys to realize PP ad and Calidata, it's literally sick and disgusting. I have not seen software that incredible, right? Paired with the BSF system for winning products. Okay. So I'm telling you, like if you're new to e-commerce, you're like, damn, like I see all the results people are getting to BSF, Bobby's talking cool. Like I want to get there. Like I want to get there where Justin's at. I'm telling you right now, Calidata and PP ads with the BSF product resource is how you find winners. Okay, that is how you do it. So Jared, it's not people, it's a version of a video that was created for a product on TikTok, right? And then you can use PP ads and Calidata to take it short term and then upload it to your ad account and then use it to get your sales coming in without any money spent on ads, right? Or you could go ahead and get your own ads created as well from the start as well, right? Whatever direction you want to go. But if you want to start off with a really great clipped UGC, right, for $0, right, and then have really great content right away, get your product off the ground, and then fast follow with your own content, you could do that. A lot of people like to do that. You can also do your own content from the start as well. So whatever floats your personal boat, I'm just giving you the options that work. Very good. Android Cal data is used to find winning creative. Yep. Yeah, exactly, Jordan. Exactly that. And you could download the transcript, right? Another thing you could do, download the winning ads from PP and Cal data, download the transcript, and then send it to your own actors. And then boom, it's your own ad. Boom, right there. You could do it that way as well. Always work. My pleasure, Jared. Okay. But there's nuances with each one of them. So keep that in mind. I'm always going to tell you guys straight how it is. I'm not going to gatekeep anything. Okay. Now, Bob, all that makes sense?
Yeah, it makes total sense. Now my next question is about cost caps. Um, I talked to Rezwan a little bit, and I just want to know what your insight is on like your strategy as far as cost caps, and do I set up a separate campaign that is cost capped, and then kind of run it alongside of my regular campaign that is basically get the maximum conversions without any cost cap. How do we go about that?
Say it again.
So I was wondering, like, what is the way to go about cost cap, and how you set up your campaign? So, for example, do I have a separate campaign that's cost capped? And also, how do you decide what the cost cap is, and how do you maintain that over time? Do you adjust it or anything like that?
I
Like,
love
what's the
it.
best way to
Okay,
go about
guys,
it?
so let's have a clinic on cost cap. Okay. You can see my screen, Bob, right?
Yeah.
Everyone can see my screen? Guys, give me a one down below if everyone can see my screen. I want to make sure everyone is focused, paying attention. We're going through some really good stuff here, guys. Very nice. Thank you very much. Very good. Greg, love to see you still on. Take it in. I know it's probably overwhelmed. We got you the whole way with all the personalized back and forth. Greg, don't worry. We're going to make sure you understand all this stuff and all these acronyms. Just get yourself exposed to it, feel the burn a little bit. Then sooner or later, you won't even feel it. Okay. Now, let's talk cost cap. Let's talk bid cap. What the hell does that mean? So basically, cost cap and bid cap is a way to go ahead and do advanced bidding and advanced cost cap strategies, right? That allow you to go ahead and cap, Facebook at a certain cost limit or a certain bid limit. Okay. Facebook is an auction placement. Facebook is an auction placement. Okay. Where anytime you launch an automatic bidding campaign, it's said that 31 is the bid. That's what people think is the normal bid. I love it, Dawson. And your first I couldn't believe you sent me that first product yesterday, Dawson. You're doing amazing. When you're launching a cost cap, for example, or a bid cap on ABO, right? The bid is said to be set to around $31 in the back end of Facebook. So you just launch a normal ABO, not cost cap, not bid cap. It's naturally launched at around at $31. What cost cap and bid cap allow you to do is manually set that number that's automatically set in the back end of Facebook already. It allows you to go ahead and essentially play ball in the arena, knowing what your margins are and knowing how much you're willing to spend. Because not everybody who does Facebook ads, wants to have a cap or limit their spend or have a safety. Okay. Almost like in trading, no one does like a stop loss, Bob, and
Yeah.
and when you're trading and like it hits the stop loss, it automatically
Yeah.
like cuts you out and then like it stops you from losing
Mhm.
money. That's what cost cap is, okay? And similar to bid cap. So let's break down the two. So let's talk about bid cap first. And bid cap, I'm just gonna be frank. Cost cap performs way better for me. I've done okay with bid cap, but almost every time I've scaled high, cost cap has overtook because it's more of a safety and it's more of like a limit on the spend. Bid cap is more, it's more high spend. You're going to spend almost the whole, you're going to spend more with bid cap. Cost cap actually limits your spend like a real safety. So only thing that bid cap is it's basically saying, hey, I don't want to be with the normal $31 bid. I want to show Facebook I'm willing to bid $35 or $40. I'm going to show Facebook I'm willing to bid higher. Right? And guys, listen to this. What that means, ladies and gents, stick with me. What that means, because Facebook's bid in the back end auction system, because the whole ad account and the whole Facebook ads in general is just the whole auction and bid system that's automatically set to around 31. If I set mine to 35, I'm going to say, hey, Facebook, I'm willing to outbid all these other people. All these other people are just on normal ABO. They're not using cost controls. I have my bid cap on, and my bid cap's 35. Okay. That means I'm willing to bid 35 for a purchase in that market. That's going to say, hey, Facebook, I'm willing to spend more than all these people. Who do you think Facebook's going to give the better quality traffic to, Bob? You, who's willing to spend 35, who's willing to spend more with no guarantee, right? Or the other guy who's just normal ABO 31.
Right, the 35, obviously. Yeah.
Yes, you. That's how bid cap works. Now, does it always work out that way when traffic is good and it converts? Absolutely. It could absolutely get you better return and everything because your quality of traffic is better. But oftentimes what will occur on bid cap is it will spike the spend, it will give you the good spend, but it will just have you spend a lot and it won't give you great return, right?
Uh-huh.
That's why I love cost cap. Let me walk you through it. But just to conclude with bid cap here, okay? Just to conclude with bid cap here, bid cap is more kind of like wide open and it's more free flowing in spend, and it can perform very, very well, absolutely. But personally, cost cap is where it's at, and I love cost cap because let's talk about it. Cost cap, right? And Ron and I have only on the new brand, we've only adjusted our newer cost caps, Ron. What is it? Maybe twice, or no, at first it was more, but once we found our winning cost caps, Ron, right, we've only adjusted it maybe once or twice in 25-cent increments, right? And let's break it down. So at first, guys, we launched with a higher cost cap, right? Because I wanted to spend more. And what happens on cost cap, ladies and gents, okay? And we're only running a cost cap on a CBO campaign just like this. We're only running a cost cap on a CBO campaign or on a sandbox campaign at CBO. Because as we know, our CBO strategy is basically just an updated sandbox strategy. Same flow with farm and everything. Okay, so we're only using this cost cap strategy, okay, on our CBOs, okay, on our high big budget CBOs. We're not going to do it on low budget audiences because cost cap is meant to halt your spend, slow the spend, if the opportunity to get a sale profitably is not there. So for example, with cost cap, ladies and gents, okay, if I'm making, let's say $30 let's say I'm making $50 per sale. I'm making $50 per sale, right? That means I can afford to pay up to $50, right, to acquire a consumer and almost break even, right? That's what I'm willing to spend, up to $50, right? So at first, what I would do, and this is what I've done for this new brand, is I've set my cost cap at $50, right? If I'm willing to go ahead and spend up to 50, you could set it to $50, or you could spend it, or you could set it for like, maybe 10, 20% higher than that number, right? To go ahead and have it high watt, like watt means wide open, to have it wide open at first. Because guess what, ladies and gents? We're going to go ahead and start lowering it and refining it. And yes, we're going to go through this a ton. We're going to get all this in uni even further. We're going to get us all coached up personally on it. I just want to go through it today because I wanted to go through it and cover it to get us all exposed to it. Because this is an advanced strategy that not many people talk about, and it's working wonders for us, ladies and gents. Okay. Now, with that being said, so we're going to set our cost cap at around maybe like 50 to 60 bucks, right? Because we know when we make one sale, we're making $50 profit. I'm willing to go ahead and spend 50 to around 60 bucks. Either that number exactly 50 or around 15, 20% higher than that number. So around 50, 60 bucks. Okay. But what's happening here, ladies and gents, is at $60, right? I tend to do like to start with a higher cost cap just so I could get spend, and I know I'm going to have to lower it. Right. Typically, when you're higher than your break even, cost per acquisition, right? You're going to have higher spend, and you're going to see, okay, it's spending, it's getting sales, it's spending, but my margin's lower than where I want it. Okay, this is where you want to go ahead and tighten up. Okay, when you're at $60, like $50, $60, and you're at that number already, like you're a break even cost per purchase, I want you dropping by $1, right? By $1. Until you get to a point where you've almost choked the spend out. Okay, to where you like every day, here's the thing, Bob. So like it's not every day. It's every like 2 to 3 days, right? And more so, I've been monitoring my bids on more of like a 5 to 7 on my cost cap, and more of a 5 to 7 day window because Andromeda update with 7 day, time.
Uh-huh.
So I would say between 3 to 7 days is when you want to look at it. The reason I have a shorter time frame in there is because if you see something like just totally shitting the bed, you're not going to wait 7 days. You're going to lower the bid quicker. I mean,
Okay. Uh-huh.
lower the cost cap quicker. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Now the goal here is keep dropping it by $1 every few days, right? Until you start to see the spend tighten up and the ROAS cooperate and go upward, right? Because
Right.
you're not just gonna you're not just gonna guess and start at the correct bid cap or the correct
Mhm.
cost cap. It's
Right.
you're not gonna guess, right?
Uh-huh.
So I like to do $1 increments until I bring it down, spend slows, and ROAS climbs. And that's exactly what
Mhm.
you're going to see. You're going to see an inverse relationship. You're going to see
Right.
spend slow and ROAS climb. Okay.
Mhm.
And then when you're at the point when you've lowered it $1 so many times, and maybe you're at like now like 35 or like 30 or something like that, right? And the ROAS is good, but it's not spending as much. You're gonna jump it by 25 cents. And every 25 cents, you're gonna let it sit for a 5 to 7 day window. Okay. This is literally what I did to take the brand from like 1 to 2K a day to like 7K a day in like a few day window. Right. This is exactly what I did. Now, here's the thing. I start off the budget of the cost cap. I actually started off the budget at 2,000, right? But
Okay.
I don't want you to do that. And here's why I start off. Now we're thinking, oh my God, Justin, it's easy for you to do, Justin. It's fucking $2,000. I can't do that. When you have cost cap, you know you're not going to spend not even half the budget likely, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
That's the thing. Okay. So where I would like you to start, Bob,
Hmm.
okay, would typically be like $150 to $500. Okay.
Okay.
Cost cap. Okay.
Yeah.
And that's where I want you to start. So that's for cost cap primarily. Okay. Now, like I said, remember I talked about last time. Okay. And guys, one of the most important things for all of us to realize here, as your high scale, it's a lot easier to get your margin from like 8% to like 25, 30 when you're high scale than it is to get your margin from 8% to like 25, 30 when you're only making a few sales. So
Hmm.
even when you're at like a 5% margin, if you're at a 5%, you should still effing scale it. Still
Hmm.
scale it, right? Because as you scale, you're gonna have way more traffic, way more consumer, way more to work with to bump up the AOV
Right.
and everything, right? And you can easily take what's a 5 to 8 and get it to a 20% with a few tweaks easily, right? And then further 25, 30%, 40%, right? And that's how you want to do it. Now, here's the thing. If you're doing it in that manner I just told you with cost caps, and Jordan says in
Uh-huh.
the cost campaign, do you have the same two ad sets as your normal Awat CBO, testing ad set and scaling ad set, and treat it the same with ad and creatives? Yes. So to give everyone a walkthrough, yes, you're gonna have your testing ad set in there, one campaign, two ad sets, starts with 5 creatives. But then you're gonna add and do my strategy of 15 creatives per day. Now here's the answer to your question, Jordan. One campaign, two ad sets, testing ad set, scaling ad set. Only things that start in the scaling ad set are the historic winner creatives. Only thing that goes into testing ads and the testing are also the historic winners to start. And then what you're going to go ahead and do is you're going to consistently add new ones only to the testing campaign. Okay. And then every single few days that we see new winning creatives in our testing campaign, we move them over into the scaling campaign. And what I would like you to do, and here's the thing, guys, it is aggressive to be adding 15 creatives a day when you're new, only doing like 1 to 3K a day. That's aggressive. But frankly, I don't give a shit. I know that Andromeda wants more creatives. And I literally tested it on my own brand. Ron, remember when for that one experiment, we were doing 15 daily. I'm like, hey, I want to go ahead and test out this strategy. Just do 5. Just like I said the other day when we didn't touch anything, we saw an instant correlation. Yeah, because our account is getting the repetition of having the creatives added in every day, the same amount, it likes this now. Okay. And I've proven for this brand, adding in 15 a day at around $6,000 to $7,000 in revenue a day with 20 to 35% margin does better, okay, than adding just 5 creatives a day. And there's other conflicting information that says, oh, at a smaller scale, you want to do only 5 a day. But I've seen the opposite. By adding more creatives and giving the ad account more room and more opportunity and more options, I'm performing better. We're more profitable, we're more consistent, right? And it's consistent, right? Every damn day, right? And that is what I recommend, Bob. And that's exactly how I want you running it, right? For
Okay.
that, right? And guys, that's cost cap, right? Obviously, very wordy, right? We're going to go through and do it with all of us personally as well before any of us who don't have it launched ever launch it. But realize this is one of the new strategies that's working very well now. And keep in mind, okay, it acts as a safety where it will cut off spend on days of, okay, last thing about on days where, for example, that auction placement and Facebook says, no, Bob, I don't see opportunity here in your market today. I'm going to hold your spend back. You're going to wake up. You're going to be like, what the hell? I'm only at 1,500 or 2K in revenue. What the fuck is this? Right. And then what you're going to see is, oh, excuse me. Oh, but my margin's like 35, 40%.
Mm-hmm.
Great. This is
Yeah.
awesome. Facebook is literally doing the heavy lifting for me. It literally allows you to only focus on creatives and scaling the freaking budget. You can keep the
Mm-hmm.
same cost cap there. And here's the thing, I've been running the same cost cap since I was in Paris, right?
Yeah.
For that particular campaign. And guess what? It's consistently working, right? Wasn't at the budget it is now, but I got it to this budget that it is now over the last month. And guess what? At higher budget, higher scale, it's more consistent than it was when it had it at smaller scale, right? And that's the difference, right? Getting the ability to have a campaign that will spend more when you allow it, and when it says that it will be profitable is huge, because you automatically know with ABO it's going to spend no matter what. With cost cap, it literally is like a live humanoid AI robot holding your spend back, and it's freaking sick.
So it almost seems like it's like a foundation where you could almost just guarantee that every sale that's coming out of there is going to be
Ex-
a profitable sale. And that
exactly,
would,
Bob. Exactly. And ladies and gents, listen to this. For all my new folks, okay? This is advanced, but realize no one talks about this shit, right? And if you're hearing this stuff right now, you're ahead of 99% of people. Only the 0.1% of people are talking about this shit. And here's the thing. So, exactly what you just said, Bob. Yes. Okay. And like, for example, when you have it set up in a certain manner where it's like holding the spend back, like it will keep you profitable on certain days, and it will lower the spend on certain days. And it allows you to focus solely on creatives, right? And when
Mhm.
you're able to focus solely on creatives and just add them to the campaign over and over and over again,
Uh-huh.
what happens is it starts to learn, and you start to get into that rhythm,
Mm-hmm.
right? So my recommendation for my new folks is to realize cost cap really is that cool, right? And the final piece that I want to get across with it is it's not the only campaign that we run. It's still, there's other campaigns around it, right? But when that spends, it spends profitably. And this is the point that I was going to say. So know how I was talking about it optimizing in a 7-day window?
Yeah.
Your cost cap and your bid cap also fully optimizes on a 7-day window. So that one shit day that I had, I'm like, it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't matter, because if I look at it on a 7-day window, I'm cooking. I'm good. I'm crushing.
Yeah.
Right? So that one day where I had a lower shitty day, the next day I like doubled the profit, and like it's as if they were both good days. It
Uh-huh.
truly will try to get you the best result in a 7-day window, especially cost cap, which is why, Ron, remember, Ron, we had that one slow day on that brand, right? And what happened? I'm like, Ron, like I kind of want to increase the cost cap. What do you think? And you're like, no, Justin, let's chill. Like same thing that we did last time. Let's give it another day. Let's let it sit. Because I was like, fuck, this is annoying, Ron. Let's increase the cost cap. I was like, Ron, what do you think? Right? Ron's like, no, let's not do it. Let's let it sit just like. And guess what? Next day came all the way back, spent all the like 80% of the budget, and crushed. Right? And that's what you want to realize. You want to have it. Everything that we operate is on a 7-day window, except the 3-day rule, ladies and gents. When we launch, and this is for my new guys like Greg, Ian, etc. Okay, when we launch, we're only spending $50, gentlemen. And day one, no view content, we kill it. Day two, no add to cart, we kill it. Day three, no purchase, we kill it. All this convoluted, complicated shit we're talking about right now, no, boys, it starts off very basic and simple. Because I don't need a whole week to see if something's going to be a winner. You give me 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, I'll tell you if that thing's going to pop off or not. And we only sell what we know is going to do well, right? So, where we're at here, Bobby's built, branded, and scaled. right? For my new folks, right, it's a lot more basic and simplified. But the fact that you're getting acclimated with this type of talk now is half the battle. Okay. So Bob, that's cost cap, that's bid cap, right?
Okay.
Bid cap's crushing.
I do have one question on the cost cap though.
Hit me
And
with it,
that
brother.
is, okay, so we started at like equal to or 20% higher than break even. So we're starting a little bit higher, and then we start lowering it by $1 each day or whatever. And then, you're going to get to a certain point and then you start increasing it by 25 cents, you said. Um, every time you sell the product, your product already has uh, like a certain profit margin. So how do you scale it up if it can only if it's capped at a certain amount of spend per sale? Um, how does it, I mean, you could say you have 2,000, but it's still only going to spend as much as the opportunity allows.
Well,
So
okay.
do they,
This is what
how
you
does it
do.
look when it actually, does that scale higher to 2,000 eventually? Like, is it
Yeah,
all creatives? Is it like,
yeah, and this is how it works. So, for example, like I started my I started mine at like 50 or 60, and I brought it all the way down to like 28. I got it all the way down to 28. And that's when I
mhm,
started to notice, oh wow, it became really, really profitable. My spend is now like choked.
mhm,
And at that point, guess what I'm doing? I was doing dollar increment increases, but I'm like, oh, these dollar increments are too aggressive because then it would start spending too quickly and I wouldn't do well on it. So then
right,
I reverted it back to 28 and then let me try something. And I started doing 25-cent increments and then waiting like 3 to 5 days, right?
mhm,
So what I did is I would get to my bottom barrel where I turned nicely profitable, right? And
mhm,
then it was choked and I did 25-cent increments and I would let it sit. And I
mhm,
started to notice, oh wow, I'm getting more spend until I was at the point where I think it was at like 31, right?
mhm.
31, and that's where it's chilling and it's been at, right?
Okay.
So the higher your cost cap, the
Mm,
more people there are in the bid and auction placement that will buy, right? Because
right,
what you're saying is, hey, I don't want to go ahead and bid more than $28. Anyone 28 or
right.
below, send me. Every time you increase your cost cap, the pool of people is like millions and millions of people more and higher quality. So technically, the higher the cost cap, the better quality you'll get. But if you just have the cost cap too high, you'll blow the budget. The ad account will freak out, spend everything, and give you no return. So it's kind of counterintuitive. So you got to
Yeah,
move small and slow like that. That's how it works. 25%, not 25%, not 25%, 25-cent increment.
yeah.
Okay, let me say that again.
Okay.
Let me say that again. For cost cap, as you're lowering your cost cap by $1 and you find where it chokes out, okay,
Mhm,
and you're at the point where it's got good ROAS, you're going to start then increasing the cost cap by 25 cents, not 20%, not a percent, by 25 cents every 3 to 7 days that you see
mhm,
profit, right, and good spend. Okay, here's the thing. If your cost cap is not spending 80% of the budget or more, you have too low of a cost cap and you need to increase it by 25 cents. Now, here's the thing. If it's hyper profitable and still spending a good amount, but it didn't spend 80%, totally good. Just give me a nice little 25-cent increase. And you'll do those 25-cent increases until it's spending 80% and managing profitability. If you're doing those 25-cent increases, but then it's spending more and it goes below BER, you're going to
mhm.
lower it to the previous and slow cook there and let it sit. Okay. And then you're
Okay.
going to focus on adding more and more creative until it starts to spend up to 80% again. And then you'll try raising it again later.
Okay, got it. So basically, it will find like a happy medium for a while, and then I'm going to assume based on your creatives, like if you have a creative that hits, you're gonna have more opportunities to spend at that level, at that cost, and that's pretty much how it's gonna end up scaling up based on your creative after it finds like its happy medium in there.
That's exactly correct.
Okay, got you, got you. All right, cool. I'm gonna go try to set that up this week and see how we do. Um, Now the last topic is conversion rate optimization specialist. Like, can you just go over like the high level like steps or what they're looking at or what are they looking at first? Because I feel like I've been doing this. That's what I did for like the last like 6 months, 8 months, I changed my landing page. I changed a lot of stuff, like did a lot of research on the avatar, all that stuff, which drastically helped the conversion rate on my store, making it like an advertorial style where I explain the product and what it does and the benefits, and then goes into the regular kind of product page kind of style.
Yeah.
So as far as us, I was just kind of just doing it and like looking up different YouTube videos about different, topics on it. But is there like a best practices, like the guy that you guys have, like, is there something that he starts out with or certain main points that he looks at?
Uh, well, when you're referring to conversion rate in AOV, it's really offer, right?
Uh-huh.
It's offer. Right.
Okay.
So if you think about what is the number one thing that's going to affect my conversion rate in my AOV? Literally what I'm selling and how expensive it is. So it is all offer.
Uh-huh.
So the first thing they're going to touch on is offer, right?
Uh-huh.
And an offer is not just like, hey, buy two, get one, buy three, get two, all
Uh-huh.
that. An offer is like, hey, buy two, get three, plus you get a free guidebook, plus you're going to go ahead and get this, plus it's like really beefing up. Plus, you're going to go ahead and get a free bar of soap with it that was handmade by our founder, right? Something like that, right? It's
Uh-huh.
offer. So the first thing you touch on is literally offer. Offer,
Uh-huh.
offer, 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 offer. The number one way to go ahead and beef up your offer is by doing exactly that.
Uh-huh.
I'm sorry. The number one way to beef up your conversion rate and your AOV is by beefing up your offer, right?
Right.
And that's how it works. So typically, I would look at a bunch of other brands similar to yours, maybe not selling the same thing as
Yeah.
you, something similar. Look at their
Uh-huh.
offers. That's the number one thing
Okay.
you want to touch on. All offer, bro.
Okay. But what about like the landing page layout or like congruency between like the ad and the landing page? Are you guys testing different landing pages with the different ads that that hit a different like an angle or hit the angle of the ad a little bit more
Yeah,
precisely
Bob,
to
I love your questions because you just like pull it out of me. So yeah, here's what you want to do as well. So everyone listen to this and write this down because this is another thing that no one's fucking talking about, no one's doing, and this is going to change the game for you. Take every hook and every angle that you have. Like I said before, write it down, right?
Mhm.
Okay. And make sure what I want you to go ahead and do, okay, is you're going to have a different landing page for
Yeah.
every single solitary one. Okay.
Right.
And
Okay.
you're going to send the people who click on certain hooks and angles toward that landing page. That's how you really get extra conversion in AOV.
Okay. Got you. And then my last question is about the email sign up form. So when I started, it was like at like the first week or so when I really had it set up, it was at like 14% sign up rate, but now it's like at about 8% sign up rate. Is that based on ads and just random traffic flows for those days, or do I need to be looking at something specifically to get it to like 10 back up to 14% or at least 10%, 10 to 12?
Well, here's the thing, Bob. As you scale, you're not gonna maintain a 10% conversion.
Oh, okay.
Right. The reason that because it's just not gonna happen. Like you're too high
Uh-huh.
scale to have those numbers in. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
It's just not like a thing at
Uh-huh.
high numbers. Like you could be doing 10% at a few K day, but as you start to like get further, but what I'd recommend yourself,
Mm-hmm.
because I remember everything that we particularly did, and the
Mm-hmm.
number one thing that is going to be huge for you is the education, right? And that's what
Yeah.
we did for these people. So, you know, what we're doing on ours, we're adding a lot more social proof type content, right?
Yeah.
Because that like if you just massively throw as much social proof on your site as you possibly can in an
Yeah.
organized fashion in our format, like
Mm-hmm.
that's going to bump your conversion rate nicely, right?
Okay.
And then what I'm doing right now to increase the average order, actually just did this yesterday and it already is working.
Mm-hmm.
You know the Starbucks pricing model?
Yeah.
how you make it. Whereas if you buy one, it's almost silly to buy one because you could get three for like almost the same as one.
Right, right.
And that pulls the split of how many people buy my big package way up. That
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
so yeah, that alone. So what I did is I hired the price of my
Mm-hmm.
individual unit, and
Yeah.
and then I slightly increased the price of my third option,
Uh-huh.
right? And that incentivized my buy two get one more,
Right,
right?
right.
So we've increased conversion rate on that offer. We're getting more people to take that offer, which is increasing my average order value. And I've
Yeah.
added a ton of social proof, which increased conversion as well,
Okay. But
right?
that increased the email sign up form too, or no?
Um, So I recently changed my email sign up for it's the same as everything. The only
Uh-huh.
thing now is the text on the pop-up. It just says,
Uh-huh.
do you want an additional 10% off in big text? Right?
Okay. Oh, dude,
Previously
asking. Okay.
I was testing out the mystery discount,
Uh-huh.
right? Now we're doing, do you want 10% off in big text? And
Uh-huh.
I'm converting 20 to 30% of my revenue through email every week.
Okay. Got you. All
And
right. I'm gonna change that to yeah.
it's making me very profitable. Right?
Okay.
Like I could turn off the ads and just do email, but that would be
Hmm.
stupid because I'm crushing with the ads as well.
Yeah.
Right? And guess what? The reason that we want you want to always, focus on trying to like go bigger is because as
Hmm.
you go bigger, guess what? You're also expanding your email and SMS list, dude.
Right. So like basically, what I'm getting is like as I'm getting more email signups, and once I keep working with Sangam to get start our actual campaigns to push the cross sell products, I'm gonna have the cross sell products coming through, plus this cost cap coming through as like a main foundation to really uh pad out trying to scale up the other regular evergreen CBO campaign.
Yeah, 100%. And then for yourself as well, Bob. One thing that I think, and I was thinking about this it was funny because I was just driving the car and this came in my head for
Hmm.
yourself. So like your brand is a lot of older folks
Yeah.
to where like they like for example, if you had someone like a spokeswoman, we're like, hey guys, it's Maggie, here to show you guys some of the new products we're talking about that we just came out
Hmm.
with. I know you guys absolutely love our product name, but I wanted to just show
Right.
you guys this. And you have like Maggie or Sally, right? Show these things, and you're
Uh-huh.
putting it on the website, and you have like a blog area, right? You
Hmm.
have a brand like the older people engaged, like they're clicking like happy, right?
Right, right.
And you should use that to your advantage.
Got it. I guess I could use ArcAds to come up with a whole bunch of different characters that.
Or
Mhm.
yeah, if you have a sister or something, you can just make her the ambassador, right?
Mhm.
And then you can really put some real personal stain behind it. And then like people are
Right.
gonna come to the site, and then what they're gonna do, and this is what we're doing right now. I put a whole collection of like 20 other of my hottest products in my entire market in the collection
Mhm.
called the signature collection. And what I do
Yeah.
is with I'm getting a lot of traffic to the site. So before I scaled it close to the 10K day, I wanted to get that built. Right. And then what I'm doing is all the extra traffic that's coming to my site, guess what they're doing? They're adding it to their freaking cart, and they're venturing over to signature collection because I have it in the burger, and they're adding I have all the whole page one of Calidata
Mhm.
of my hot market. I just have
Yeah.
every single product on there, all the other hot items,
Right.
right? And then they're just grabbing them like they're other winners because they are. I'm getting like $200 orders, $180 orders, and $190 orders, right?
Uh-huh.
Doing that.
So, as far as that person that's introducing the cross-sell products, is that a video that would be in the email, or is that a video that you're actually sending cold traffic to, like a cross-sell
Well, here's the thing. So
campaign, or
I'm
what?
reluctant to send out big, bulky image video content to
Uh-huh.
email because it hurts deliverability. So you could
Yeah.
do every once in a while to email, but don't make a habit
Uh-huh.
out of it. But you're gonna put it on like you're gonna make like a different link on like a different page on your site, right? You
Uh-huh.
can send it out. You can make it a remarketing ad, things like that, right? You just want to start to build some brandability. Also, put it on your Facebook page, pin it on the page, right? Every
Right.
single like a lot of people are going to the page, especially as you scale, right? And
Uh-huh.
a lot of people don't check that type of stuff. So I mean,
So as far as the if I get somebody to introduce the cross-sell products, those videos will be on the Facebook page, on the site, I guess, itself, kind of,
wait, say it
or
again, Bob.
as far as getting the person that would be introducing a cross-sell product, like a video, somebody introducing a cross-sell product, um, I would be putting those videos on the the Facebook page and then maybe doing a retargeting campaign that uh I'll just have a whole stack of videos of all the different cross-sell, the hottest 15 products, and it would just be hitting all the
Yeah,
retargeting.
yeah, that's perfect. Just yeah, don't put any spend behind it though.
Okay. Well,
Just
what
the
do you mean like just
just the
50 bucks?
collect just the collection page on your homepage on your site. And then what
Yeah.
you're gonna do is you're gonna take your winning product and you're gonna attach two other little knickknacks with it. And you're gonna make the price high, right? And you're gonna make a bundle, right? And you're
Okay.
gonna send that out to your email list. I'm getting $180 orders as well because I'm taking my main winner and
Uh-huh.
I'm giving a bar of soap and I'm also
Yeah.
giving an whatever with it and I'm calling it a name, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, and then I'm sending it out to my email list, and that's getting
Okay.
me sustained revenue.
Got you. But I'm still confused at where the video should be of somebody being the spokesperson, or is that
Well,
supposed to be a still image of somebody or
no, no,
what?
you can put it really wherever you want. Like, for
Okay.
example, the same way that I deliver my guidebook, I just put it on the
Mhm.
home, I put it on my website in the burger, and then in the email, I give them the link to go ahead and click. Here's one of the things I do. So you know how, like, if they're going to read the instructions, like they probably need to read it. So they're going
Uh-huh.
to click on my link and they're going to go to my website again to see the instructions there. I'm baking
Yeah.
in other cross-sell products as they read the instructions, right?
Right, right, right.
As
Uh-huh.
well. So same
Okay.
thing that you're going to do with that video. You could meet the team and then click
Uh-huh.
on it and it automatically shows like all the culture and philanthropy, the video and all the stuff that you guys stand for and what you guys are doing.
Okay. On
Yeah,
site. Yeah. Mhm.
yeah, yeah. You ever walk into like you ever walk into like a day, not a day, like a boys, like Boy Scout, like like hunting, fishing club, right?
Okay.
And on the bulletin board, it's like, oh, they have like meditation and they have fishing and they have lunch. There's all the
Uh-huh.
shit that they're doing, and then they're
Uh-huh.
doing a fundraiser and then they're doing a turkey for the food drive,
Uh-huh.
right? That's what you need to build your own bulletin board on your website.
I see. Okay, okay.
Did
Got you.
everyone just catch that? Give me a one down below if you just catch. Give me a one down below if you just caught that. Right? Everyone, listen to that. Okay, this stuff is the shit that nobody's talking about. Right? Doing these extra little things affect you when you're at high scale and high traffic because you're having so many people visit your site. Okay.
Hmm. Okay. All right, cool.
At the end of the day, realize it's a real brand. We're trying to give people valuable products that help them in their life. Like,
Right.
we're trying to build a real brand here. So all these things like, hey, let's make a video showing our face to the consumer. Like it's not rocket science. We're
Hmm.
building. We're just so we're all so blinded by the fact that it's ecom drop shipping that we forget that it's human to human interaction. Right?
Hmm.
Let's build a brand. Let's build a brand that people love and people want to come back to. You know.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay, got it. But we shouldn't be, I should not start a retargeting campaign with the cross-sell products. That's not it. It would just all be email or bundles on the site, and that's about it.
Yeah, I want and a collection on the site.
A collection on the site, yeah. Hmm. Hmm.
You could
Okay.
split test. You could split test doing a cross sell, but that's going to hurt your upsell.
Right.
And I'd rather not right now because you're
Hmm.
thriving, and I'd rather you just keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Sounds good. All right, that's all the questions I got for this episode.
You're good. And for all my new folks, check that out. Like Bob literally just went an hour and 20. Like great stuff. And look, and like that was a fucking value clinic right there. Thank you for that, Bob. That was beautiful. Anything else you need? Guess what? Raise your hand again. I'll go for another hour and 20 with you if you need today, right? In 10 minutes if you need, whatever. So let me know if you need to raise your hand again, okay?
All right, guarantee.
And congrats to you, bro. Love to see it, buddy.
Okay. All right, mahalo.
Mahalo, brother. Very nice. Alrighty. And we got my gal, Gerline. What's up, Gerline? You with me, Gerline?
Hey Justin, how are you?
Good, good. How are you, Gerline?
Not bad. Thank you. Thank you for asking. I wanted to ask a few questions about the product that I'm testing. So today is the Justin, are you with me?
Yep, I'm listening.
Okay. So this product got the sale on day one, and then the sales are on and off. So far I've got six sales on this product and have spent around $400. Today is the eighth day.
Okay. And
Um,
Gurleen, what is the ROAS on the ad sets with the sales?
so each sale is around $70.
Okay, the ROAS, your
Oh, the
ROAS number.
uh return on ad
Not
spend.
on each ad set. Yeah, your return on ad spend on each ad set.
Um, so it's sorry, I don't know how to explain that wrong. I
You're
can tell
good.
you how. So
Ron,
I can tell you. Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead, Justin.
yep, Ron, do me a favor. Get Gurleen booked for a one-on-one later on today or tomorrow, just to hop on with her and to go through the ad sets that are profitable. Ron, what I want you to do, I want you to trim the fat across the board on everything, right? That doesn't have a good ROAS, and then slow cook the audiences, Ron, that have a good ROAS. And then what we're going to do moving forward, Gurleen, any audience that is kept on that has a good ROAS, we're going to go ahead and ensure that you start to scale by 20%, Ron. Okay, let me know if that makes sense.
So Justin, my question here it is like okay, I will get with Ron on one-on-one. We were
Yeah, no,
last week as well.
yeah, because Gurleen,
Yeah.
yep, hold up. You're brand new, so I do want to make sure that you have hand holding through these first few items for yourself. So if you can please make time to hop on tomorrow or today on the call, that would be perfect because you're making sales. I want to make sure I trim fat and I want to make sure I start to add budget to the audiences that have a profitable ROAS. So just if you can, Gurleen, do you have time today or tomorrow to hop on?
I do. I am available right now. That's not a problem. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, perfect. Well, Ron, do me a favor. If you don't, I believe you have sessions after Mastermind, Ron, but your next open slot after Mastermind, get Grilling on today and do exactly as I said. Trim fat across campaign. Note the audiences that have profitable ROAS because Grilling, you probably have a few, those six audiences probably are profitable audiences or profitable ROAS. And then, Ron, I want you to scale the ones that are profitable by 20%. We're going to take the budget of the ones we've turned off and then roll that into the ones that have done well. And then Gerline, the audiences that have sales, that have profitable ROAS, if they bring in another sale, we're going to increase it again by 20% at midnight, right? And we're going to do that over again along with duplication. Okay, we're going to do duplications and some increasing here early on for yourself, Gerline.
Okay. Okay, sounds good. So I just wanted to ask, do I so I continue to run this product, even
Yeah,
it's like each sale is $70 and my profit is only $20 per
Well,
sale.
what you're doing now is you're going to trim fat. So you're hopping on the one-on-one today. Today's only fat trimming. You're not going to launch anything new. We're trimming fat. And then the audiences that are profitable, we're going to make sure are duplicated and have a 20% increase on them. And then we're going to monitor them over the next 3 to 5 days. If those audiences prove to be consistently profitable and maintain profitable ad set ROAS, we will continue to scale them and duplicate them. But we're going to find out over the next few days.
Okay,
So
sounds good.
we're going to
Okay,
get you
so
on.
I just,
We're going to
okay,
get you.
sounds good.
Hold up. We're going to get you on that call today, right after session today. So, Ron, if you could shoot Berlin a message now, let's get her on the calendar right now, just so we're organized, and then we'll be good to go. And Berlin, I'll get you on today before even tomorrow comes around.
Okay, thank you, Justin.
My pleasure, Gurleen. And yeah, just message Ron back at WhatsApp now. Ron, let's get her scheduled now. Trim fat, increase 20%, 5x duplications is what I want. And then we're going to monitor over the next 2 to 3 days. If we see any of those audiences, Ron, that do well, we're gonna go ahead and continue to scale them with the same exact walkthrough. Perfect. My pleasure, Gurleen. Okay. Very good. Okay. Now, okay, perfect. And we got my man Dawson. What's up, Dawson?
What's up, Justin?
How you doing, my brother?
Oh, not too bad, not too bad.
I just want to tell you, I know I said this a few times already, but I just wanted to tell you that product that you sent over, right, as
I
part
don't
of
even know. I don't even know which one you're talking about. Like the very first one on my product list.
it was the ointment. Okay.
Oh, yes, 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 yes,
That
yes.
I just want to let you know that item I already know has, and we've internally taken that thing freaking far, right? And it's a great item. So great pick.
Thank you.
Right.
Yeah, so basically what I was doing is I was using so I know like you guys use PP ads and this and that and all that stuff, right? So I was using Auto DS and Auto DS was telling me how busy the market was for that, like how much audience is it fair? Is it popping off? Is it good? So Auto DS was a big help as well because it has TikTok and analytics on it. So you can find all the top trending products and how much percent they've went up and it's a pretty
100%.
good system.
Dawson, I would say AutoDS is good. They're very good. It's funny. You guys know Jordan Welch. Me and Jordan were partnered on ViralVault. They are the ones who bought ViralVault from us after we built the infrastructure. AutoDS is the one who bought it, which is funny.
Oh,
They,
wow.
they, they acquired the company that we rebuilt, me and Jordan. But what I want you to know, it's good. But I'm your coach. I'm gonna let you know what's going on. Use Cal data and PP ads only. I'm telling like
Okay.
AutoDS is good. It's good. But I'm telling you right now, I don't like there's no incentive for me to say that. Like use Callow and PP ads only because there's no sense to look anywhere else. Like they have everything you need, and then you roll through the BSF system. It's insane. And that product's also on both those softwares as well. But use those both, right? Because anything there is simply effing hot. Right. So just make that slight transition for me since you're brand new. I don't want you to start off using the wrong software. So use Callow and PP ads, but that product, chef's kiss, Dawson, chef's kiss.
For sure. All right. That's noted for sure. So my questions were, so right now I'm in the stage of building my homepage on my website. And so I know Ron had messaged me on WhatsApp and all that stuff there about getting in contact with Dina. I know Dina's closed today because it's Sunday, of course, the weekend. So I was trying to at least get a couple of my products on there so I can at least finish my homepage. So I was looking at
You
CJ dropshipping and I
No,
was
no, no,
trying
no,
to
no, no, no,
import
no.
it.
So look, I've done CJ drop. I've scaled CJ drop shipping. I was doing over 50K days on CJ drop shipping. Like, they're good. But here's the thing. You want to have private supplier. So you can still load all the products and etc. to your website. Just wait till the supplier's up. They're going to be up by 7 o'clock tonight because 7 o'clock is it's Monday. So just
Yeah, that's
wait till
true.
they're up. Don't like look, CJ's fine if you're working by yourself, right? Or like you don't have me or this program, but like you should just use private agents from the start because you have the ability to. There's no using it. You know how in cryptocurrency people call like people who crush like the insiders, and then there's retailers that are always late. You don't need to be on the same shit as the retailers. You could be in the real supplier stuff. So hit up Ron. You get in contact with multiple of them. Just wait for Adina to come in office. It's the better setup.
Okay, and about importing it into the store, like, do I have to wait for her to contact me to import it into the store, or like, is there a way like on the website where I can just go and like click it so that it'll import it into the store so I can have it up on the store?
What I'm going to do, Ron, take a note, get Dawson some help with just getting this configured properly, and just shoot him some messages right after. We'll get this sorted for you, Dawson, right after session today. You're on the SSA list. It's what we call the Student Success Association. It's an internal kind of community that we have in our Slack channel for BSF. You're on that list now. So be expecting a message right after, and we're going to go ahead and make sure that you have that all set up properly. We'll basically walk you through it personally.
Okay, 10-4. That's about all the questions I had, really, just
Pretty
so I
cool,
can
right?
finish my home. Yeah, it is very cool. Awesome. It's awesome. You guys have been a great help so far for sure. I've learned a lot of stuff that I've never even thought I'd ever learn in my life. But yeah, no, I've learned a lot and I appreciate you and Ron for the help. And yeah, I'm just hoping to get this homepage finished today and audited.
Hey, we'll make sure we get it done for you, brother. And I appreciate you, man. And good hearing your voice. Need anything else, Dawson? Raise your hand again. You can raise it another 17,000 times if you'd like.
Sounds great, man. Appreciate it.
You too, brother. Very nice. Boom, boom. And guys, great stuff. I also notice who's here at the beginning and who stays as well, which I love to see as well. So appreciate everyone who's always here live. And also, if you're a replay folk or watching on the replay right now, please do what you got to do to be here. I still love you as well if you're on replay, but still do what you got to do to be here live. I'm literally telling you, I will sit here for 9 hours straight. Right? Show up, make it happen. Right? Even if you can't speak or you're at work or something, still be here. Still be here. Still put it in your ear at the gym, whatever. Okay. Next, we got my man Jonathan. What up, brother?
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello, hello.
All right. Yeah, still, and I was just in a call with Ron Friday, but I don't I'm still not fully grasping what I need to do with this algo sheet on how to get it to 5 million audience each. I'm not
Let's
understand.
break it down, brother. Alrighty. So talk to me. So
Yeah.
tell me what you get about algo first. Tell me what you understand.
Okay. I get that it shows the product to the audience that needs to be shown to, basically. So I'm
Okay.
just not, yeah.
Cool. Look, I'll take it from there. So, Jonathan, you see how each of these columns are they're like different columns, like they're separated?
Yes.
Hey, good to see you, Wes. Okay. Okay, so see this right here. Boom. Different column for every single actual category. Okay. Now, what I want you to actually realize here is that these are just different audiences. And each audience is going to get its own budget. $5, that's it. Right? So the whole sheet doesn't get its own $5 budget. Each column gets its own $5 budget. Does that make sense, Jonathan?
Yes.
Okay, that's number one. Okay. Number two is realizing, and everyone can see my screen right now, correct? Everyone's looking at my screen. Maybe one down below if everyone can see my screen. Everyone pin my screen. Make sure you can look at my screen. Thank you, guys. Okay, so different columns. Right now, what the whole goal here is, Jonathan, is to say, hey, these are all the columns and categories that we know perform. So, types, frog, this is the hunting category. So types of things you see while hunting, frog, mosquito, turtle, etc. Passionate keywords, magazines, etc. They're all very differential, right? And all these little things in here, Jonathan, these are keywords, right? Those are keywords, right?
Mhm.
And each of these keywords has a specific size. You see how the size is next to each keyword?
Yes.
But you see how sometimes you could just manually add these numbers up and it doesn't equal that number?
Yeah.
It's because oftentimes, like when you're selecting a keyword, it's the total size of the keyword, right? And you want to make sure that you're building your sheets for the core four: USA, Canada, Australia, UK, the core four, right? So not always will all these add up, to be that number. But the goal here is, you know how when you input these keywords into the actual Facebook ad account yourself, and then it says the potential reach and it gives you a number, John?
Yeah. I've seen that.
So that's the number that you want to try to get as close as you can to 5 million, right? And you just got to get it in between 800K to 5 million, right? Why? Because typically when you're launching interest-based categories at around 5 million, you're going to get better CPMs. That's why we're getting it around 5 million. And we know that when we're launching, interest is still the best way to go ahead and get the cheapest conversion from the start, which is why we utilize Algorithmic. And I think one of the things you might be kind of confused on, Jonathan, is maybe creating it with the styles, like the narrow, the non-narrow, and all that stuff. Am I correct?
Yeah. It's just hard to find the keywords to go with the product.
Right. So first and foremost, you see how this column has just a bunch of keywords stacked on top of one another, John?
Mm-hmm.
And you see how this column just has a bunch of keywords stacked on top of another? But then there's also a narrow there too.
Yeah.
This is what indicates a narrow. And the only reason I have this in there is because all I did, when you're inside the Facebook ad account, I just copied it and pasted it in here. Because when you select to narrow your audience further, it says in an ad account, and must also match at least one of the following. And then it allows you to put a keyword in that category. And it basically says, this is how you narrow, and it basically says, hey, outdoor enthusiasts, like this column, the person that we're targeting, either is going to be a person who is in either of these keywords, any of these keywords, but they have to be a member of outdoor enthusiast keyword. Okay. That's how this works. So if I remove this, okay, and this is gone. Let's say this is removed, right? Let's say I take this and it's removed, and this is the column now. Okay. It's going to be like fucking 9-10 million, way too big above my 5. That's why I need to add in the narrow here. Because the narrow makes it smaller. It says, hey, I need to get all these, this whole audience smaller. Therefore, I'm going to add in a narrow that says all these people above also have to be inside this keyword, right? That's what how a narrow works. And the reason that we include a narrow is because every single product that we launch is going to have different results based on different targeting, which means, Jonathan, that some audiences that sometimes when you launch, the column with just stacked keywords will perform better. Sometimes the audience just with stacked keywords in the narrow will perform better. Okay? And sometimes single interest will perform better. That's why we have the 3 different styles of narrow, no narrow, and single interest, because we don't know which of the 3 is going to perform better. Jonathan, in my ad account, I might be crushing it with single interest and no narrow. But in yours, you might be crushing it with no narrow and single interest. Therefore, in all sheets we create, they have to be made up of these 3 styles. And all that says is there's 11 columns here. You're just splitting it up. 4 columns are going to be single interest, 4 columns are going to be no narrow, and 3 columns are going to be narrow. And that equals 11. And before you know it, you now have all 11 columns built. You have all your specific styles because you know 4, 4, and 3. And you know exactly how we're getting to the sizing here. We're going based off the potential reach. If it's way too big, we might have to remove a keyword. If it's way too small, we might have to add another keyword in. Does that kind of help, Jonathan?
Yeah, because I actually didn't know. I didn't know really what narrow meant. Because I didn't know I had to. I thought it was like single.
Yeah, and dude, don't let this confuse you. All this is, and it's called algorithmic targeting 2.0. That's just advanced terms to say, this is who my ads are going to hit. That's it. And all you're doing is you're just combining these people into similar categories. So when you start making sales in this column, you're going to know, oh, or you start making sales in this column, you're going to know, oh, the people who are into magazines like my product. Good to know, right? That's why we're doing it in categories. So you can get an edge, get a hunch, right, on actually seeing who's buying from you.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I understand. I understand it more in depth on what it means, narrow, no narrow, and the different columns each one means. Now just
And also what we're going to go ahead and do, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to get you more extra support on this. So I want you to bust out your own sheet to the best of your ability. Okay.
Mhm.
And then I'm going to get you on a one-on-one to check it, audit it, and make sure you understand it on the spot as we speak.
Okay.
And also, Bobby, I told you I made that pricing change. As we speak, it's milking, and my AOV is like up 20% just from that Starbucks pricing change and throwing out my buy 3 get 2 to be more expensive to incentivize my buy 2 get 1. Anyway, so Ron, please take a note. I want John on another one-on-one over the next day or so if we could. John, can you complete that first sheet? Even if it's not perfect and it's half done, that's fine. Just get it done to the best of your ability. We'll be getting you on a private one-on-one audit, and then we're going to walk you through what you did well, what we got to change, and then we're going to complete it with you on the call. Okay?
Okay. Yeah, I gotta try to complete to the best of my ability.
Yeah, and then by the end of that call, we're gonna force you to be on the same and understand it fully. So
Okay.
be ready for it, and just be ready for that call, Ron. If you can book that session. Hey, Naira.
All right.
Naira, I got you right after Jonathan in 2 seconds. I'm gonna click the button on you. I got you in 2 seconds, Naira. But Jonathan, that's what I want you to do. So Ron, reach out to John right now. Let's get him scheduled right now. And John, make sure that you complete the sheet to the best of your ability before that call, because I do want you to try it yourself first. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Got it.
Okay. And again, we're going to drill this into you. You're going to be a pro with this. And guess what? Same thing with every part of the system. It's going to be a little advanced at first, but by the end of it, you're going to be an absolute wizard at it. And I will not rest. Ron and I will not rest until you're a pro at it. So I got you the whole way. Just hop on that call immediately from you. Okay.
Okay. Got it. Thank you.
My pleasure, brother. Very nice. And we got my guy Nairo. What's up, Nairo?
Hey, how are you?
Good. Welcome to your first session.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. So I got a question. Where is for the algorithm targeting? When it says what does no narrow, what does that mean again? Like no narrow with narrow? What is that?
So basically narrow, just when an audience is too big, we'll narrow it to get it closer to the size. So you see this column has a narrow and the total size is 5.1 million.
Mm-hmm.
Before the narrow, it was probably like 15 million, way too big. So I use the narrow to get it to a smaller audience because we know everything, just like you see here, narrow. We always want it to be as close as we can to 5 mil. And the narrow enabled me to get it to 5 mil. And that's why I did it.
Okay. And then the magazine flex, that what is that?
So right here, this magazine, and we're going to go through this, and like you haven't went through this yet, so like you'll get it when you do. But basically, this is just a whole combination of popular magazines in our niche with this example of camping and hiking. And all we did is simply list them here, right? And that's what we do. So this column is made up of popular magazines in a specific market, right? And that's what that column is made up of, Nara. And each of them is their own specific category, right? And what's cool is that when we're done with the sheet and we launch it, and we start making sales, we literally start to see, oh wow, I'm seeing that my buyers are mainly magazine buyers and mainly TV show keyword buyers, right? We're going to start to see where our best buyers are coming from, so we could go ahead and go more in that direction. It gives us the direction before we know much about our product immediately. And that's how it works. Does that make sense, Nara?
Yes. Okay. Thank you. I notated that. Thank you.
My pleasure. And Ron, also make sure you reach out to Nara, get her kickoff one-on-one booked, and then make sure that you just give her the proper order that I want her going through everything. Because there's a lot to go through now, and algo is a little bit overwhelming, so I don't want you focusing too much on it yet, just on product research to start. Okay.
Okay.
And you'll be seeing a message from Ron with the order of operations. So Ron, let's hit Nara with order of ops if you could. Thank you.
Okay.
Brother.
Thank you.
My pleasure, Nara. My pleasure. And all clear? All good?
Yes.
Okay. Very nice. And welcome to your first session, by the way.
Thank you.
My pleasure. Alrighty. Ladies and gents, very, very good. Amazing stuff here today, guys. That concludes our session for today. Okay. Now, here's what I want us to focus on. Okay. We're going to jump right back into platinum right now. Regardless that it's Sunday, we're jumping right back into platinum, Ron and I, and the rest of the platinum captains. Let's make sure that we utilize the rest of the day to get anything completely audited that you have not gotten audited yet. We'll have it all audited before the day ends, and we can move into Monday absolutely rocking and rolling. Okay. So please do use today for audits. If you have pending audits, get them posted today. Also, ladies and gents, I do want to mention to you as well, I've been getting a ton of messages from you guys lately, right? Again, mentioning that because we've been crushing the support lately, even when Q4 is done, we're on a bit almost more over the top, right? And we appreciate you guys mentioning that over and over. So thank you for all the amazing messages and everything else in between, right? We are on this all day, every day, whether you guys send us a message in WhatsApp, here privately on the Zoom, like so many of you guys did today. Thank you guys as well. We're never going to stop going above and beyond. We're not going to stop it. Right. So all the words that you guys say, like genuinely, like I always say, it puts freaking wind in my sails. Right. And it makes me just want to keep going harder and keep doing it. Right. So I appreciate you guys so much for that. Right. Because this, like I always say, this shit's hard. It's not easy to run an e-com ecosystem at this caliber. It's not easy, but we do it. Right. And we do it well. And I appreciate you guys recognizing that more than you freaking know. Right. Because sometimes it's stressful. Right. But then when, the very people that you're doing it for give you the satisfaction of saying how much they love it, right? That's what keeps us going. So I appreciate y'all more than you know. Okay. Yes, thank you so much, Justin and Ron. Also, everyone we got going this stuff. Appreciate that so much. Manuel says amazing webinar today, Justin. You are a pure genius when it comes to e-com. Emmanuel, if I wasn't by now, it would kind of be weird because I've done this since I was 14 and 15. If I wasn't good at it now, I should probably quit. Right. So I appreciate you. Tina, appreciate you as well. Great stuff. Appreciate that. Tom, good to see you, brother. Also, Chris, good to see you. Congrats as well to everyone with the amazing movements. Right. If you're brand new, welcome to the community. Right. Someone like Greg or someone who's newer, get a little feel and taste for what we got going on here. Right. This is the right place to be. Right. If you're looking to do this right and actually build with intent and build yourself an asset. We don't build 2-week crap. Right. I like to build for the long term. So Jared says, really appreciate these calls. Thanks, everyone. Appreciate you as well, Jared. Reg says, awesome session. Congrats on your success as well, Reg1. You're absolutely crushing it. Bobby, you as well, sir. Marina says, thank you, Jess. I'm so happy I joined BSF. Marina, we always got you every damn day of the week. Thus says, all the help and new things I've learned. Appreciate that. Rima, salute you. Good to see you. Welcome to one of your first sessions as well. And ladies and gents, like I said, okay, if you're a replay folk, please do yourself a favor. Try to get here live. I do my best to literally pour my heart out. Right? If I could click a button to make all of you instant millionaires, I would click that button. Right? But unfortunately, we got to do the work. Right? So do your best to get here, and I'm gonna do what I can to make sure that you're always here. Right? But if you're someone who's usually a replay folk, try to get here on live, just because I love seeing your beautiful face and I love spending an unlimited amount of time with you. Right? And it's crazy that I do that. Right? So please be here live if you're a replay folk. I love you. I still love you for replay folk. Okay. So this is very important. Thank you so much, Cynthia. Chris says, love your new post on Instagram, Justin. Appreciate that, Chris. We have a new distribution guy. which is cool. I'm gonna start doing a lot of like ecom based and service based content. But I love ecom and service stuff, so I'm always like torn between what to talk about. So I do both. You know. Nara, so thank you, Justin and Ron, for everything. Our pleasure. My pleasure, Cynthia. Thank you so much as well. Amy, my pleasure. My pleasure. And also for my folks who are still here, Abraham, AB, Eamon, Arnab, Bessie, Bob, Carlos, Sherry, Cynthia, Dawson, Manuel, Greg, Ian, Jared, Jonathan, Joseph, Marina, Moko, Naira, Redzwan, Rima, Ron, Sean, Teresa, Tina, West. Thank you guys for being on here till the end. I don't do these for my own health. Right? I do these for you guys. I appreciate you being here, even outside of our Wednesday and Thursday office hours, even outside of our 24-hour support, even outside of our unlimited one-on-ones, even outside of our 24-hour audits and unlimited audits, even outside of our university, even outside of our university, everything that we have. These sessions, I think, make it so awesome. You know, so replay folks, be here. And guys, thank you so much for the amazing words as well. And for everyone who's messaged me over the past week, guess what? Back on Facebook. Finally got my Facebook account back, right? You guys, I was down for 2 months. I got it back for verification. Just got it back, right? Also, I have an insane, guys. I have an insane contact. So I have, you guys know, I have a PR company, right? And inside of that, I now have ad account recovery, BM recovery, like Facebook, Instagram account recovery. So if you guys ever need anything like that, mind you, like I have an internal team member, right, who I pay, right, to do all these things. Like I paid this man an arm and a leg to get this account back for myself, right? Paid him $7,500, right? And now he's my internal team member, right? Which is absolutely awesome. But I got the account back, and now I showed, I basically did business with him, right? Now I built a contact internal to us here at BSF to where I can now offer these freaking services, guys. Right, through him, obviously, but he's giving me like good pricing to where if we ever need it, I could get us all like cost pricing through him, right? Which I literally have, which is awesome. So I got the account back, guys. That was the most annoying thing. You guys want to hear what happened? So this is what happened. I'm a high spender, right? And I spend a lot of money on my ad accounts. I have like so many ad accounts. I spend a lot of money on ads. People know that. Someone tried to hack my account to get inside my account to go ahead and change all my ads and change it to their storefront or whatever, keep my cards plugged in, and then probably just try to steal all my money, right? And I caught it when that was happening. And the guy who recovered it was able to go internal and found out that's what happened, right? And I was able to get it back. And the reason it was down for so long is because they got a flag on the account when they hacked it, right? And then Facebook didn't know it was me. So they had me submit a video of me. This happened once before, but it came back in 48 hours. Guys, this went down on November 5th. It's now January 25th. It was literally like during Black Friday. I was so angry during Black Friday. Guys, I couldn't but it actually was a blessing in disguise, right? Because we started to build internal SOPs to where I was just giving all the scale moves of all the businesses, right, and all the companies that I needed. And it actually ended up working out better because I was able to go ahead and focus on me just doing like the thinking and like putting it all on paper. And I didn't have to do any of them. I didn't have to click on anything, right? Like we all know the ad, because I run my own ads. We know that. Like I run my own shit even at this level, right? And, it locked me out of my account at the time. Right. So we got into this new flow of me being super focused on putting it all on paper and then sending it to Ron, and Ron would make all the changes, or Dennis would make all the changes on whatever business we're working on. Right. And we started to get really awesome results because I'm like, wow, it's because I'm spending the time, because I know I'm not going to have to sit in here for 7 hours doing it in the ad account. I now have like newfound energy to put into building out the strategy, right, for us. So it worked out well. And guys, it it sucked that it went down when it did, but it forced me to build systems that have made it better. So literally, that was a big, big lemon that we turned into lemonade, which is really cool. We got the account back, and I also got it whitelisted as well. We also offer whitelisting services. Because it's funny, because when my account got hacked, I made a post. I'm like, hey, whoever tried hacking me, you guys are freaking rookies, because I just changed it back. And I think I pissed them off, and then the account actually got hacked after that. Right? Right? But what had happened when I made that post, someone commented on it saying, "Hey, I can help you fix," right? And he connected me with a really good individual, right? Which is cool. So it's the Wild West sometimes out here, guys. But your boy, we got it back, and now I have an entire like insurance house for us here at BSF. So we could get anything back. YouTube channels, whatever the hell it is, we can recover it and get it back. BMs, so all that we made happen. And Ron definitely felt that one. I would say Ron definitely felt that one. Because you guys know me, like I like to be super hands-on. So yeah, Ron, that I appreciate you, bro. Because yeah, Ron sent me a message. He's like, made me better at posting. That's for sure. Right? Yeah, definitely. Because guys, you know me. I'm obsessed with our BSF group. Right? So the fact that I wasn't in there, like my muscle memory, I would click on the Facebook app and it would just be like, oh, it's currently go down for verification. I'm like, oh, I did 10 times a day muscle memory. It was weird. So now that I'm back there, it's good. I love our Facebook group. Like I just lived in there for like a decade. It was like fun to have. So other than that, amazing stuff, guys. I love you guys. Anyone needs anything extra, please let us know. Any extra movement support, whatever the hell it may be, we're here to provide it every single solitary day, no matter what the hell it is. Okay. Great session today, but only 2 hours. Only 2 hours, guys. Our short sessions are other communities like, oh, double what they actually do. It's hilarious. Anyway, let's have a good rest of the day, guys. Okay, let's jump back into platinum now. Enjoy your Sunday. Just kidding. Get work done. Don't enjoy it. Just get a little bit of work done. Enjoy it at the end. Right? The key. Who saw? I'm all over the place today. But who saw Tony Robbins and Alex Hormozy? Who saw that? And then Tony Robbins always told Alex to stop his screw happiness bullshit. Right? I'm like, damn. I mean, you kind of have a point, Tony. Right? And I kind of. Because you guys know, yeah, whoever didn't watch that, go on YouTube and watch Tony Robbins, Alex Hormozy. Watch that tonight. As a matter of fact, can we all make that a homework assignment, please? Can we all watch that, please? It's on YouTube. Okay. Please go through it. Okay. That's like, those are two of some of the best guys to ever do it. And, you know, I aspire to be like those gentlemen one day, you know, hopefully, you know, so please watch those videos, guys. Because I think it was one of the I'm very much like I sign up with a lot of what Hormozy says, and his mindset is like hard work, kind of like, you know, the make your eyes bleed strategy, because that's just always what I've been in. And when I heard like Tony Robbins like breaking Alex down, I'm like, wow, like Hormozy was like working from like past traumas and stuff like that. Right. And like, look, I'm the last one to be all about that rah bullshit. Believe me, I'm all about work your ass off, make it happen, but give it a watch. You'll see what I think. You'll see what I'm saying. Right. Open my eyes a little bit, because I was very similar to like the Hormozy style mindset. And I said, I still am. I always will be. But hearing what Tony had to say there really shed some light on the reality of hard work. Right. So please, if everyone could watch that, that would be really good. And everyone, please submit all your audits today as well. If you have not already submitted your audits, right? Please make that happen. And yeah, if anyone needs any extra sessions or one-on-ones, like literally just let us know. We're gonna hop on and do it. Okay, so let's please not work our asses off this week. I understand it's the end of January and your New Year's resolution might be done already, but here at BSF, we do it the whole year. Let's bust our ass. And let's do it consistently. Okay. Do not slow down. I need you speeding up right now. Okay. So amazing stuff throughout the entire session, guys. Great stuff today. I'm going to go ahead and get this replay dropped in probably an hour or so. And yeah, we'll make it happen. So great session, ladies and gents. Let's jump into platinum now. Love you guys. Have a good rest of your day. And by good rest of your day, I mean, I better see you in platinum submitting audits. Okay. Other than that, we're going to platinum now. See you guys soon. Love you guys and have an amazing rest of your day, guys. Great session.